Before we begin, guys, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the rest of the videos that I put out. Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be talking about the Mavic Air 2, which I just received today a little bit earlier than I thought I was going to. I ordered it from Best Buy. So I ordered it on the 27th. Today's the 9th. So it was supposed to get here the 11th. It got here on the 9th. So yeah, if you're going to order from DJI versus Best Buy on any of these new product announcements, I would definitely go with Best Buy. Right now, if you order from either one, I don't know if it's going to make a difference. But as far as the initial launch, definitely Best Buy was definitely faster. I will put an affiliate link in the description down below. By ordering there, you actually do help me quite a bit and help this channel go forward. This drone is the only other drone besides the Phantom 4 Pro that has 60 frames a second at 4K resolution. So, and that drone is more than twice the price, about twice the price of this drone. The Mavic 2 Pro doesn't even have 4K at 60 frames a second, and that one's about twice the price of this drone also. So that's really exciting. The specs of this drone for the price that you get it at are really, really awesome. I was actually looking into getting the Evo 2 Pro or the Evo, the Autel Evo 6K even, or 8K even. But even though that drone might have better obstacle avoidance and might have some better features than this one, honestly, for the price that you get this drone, you can't really go wrong. That's the main benefit of this and the size of it. Okay, it weighs 570 grams. Folded, I mean, if it's in the palm of your hand, it might not be as small or as, especially the tall wise, as the Mavic Air was, but as far as size goes, it isn't that much bigger, and the specs that you get the upgrade is so much better. Guys, the flight time on this thing is incredibly longer than the Mavic Air 1. And it's up there with some of the more expensive drones. It's actually more, they say they estimate 34 minutes. I've never ever, you're probably not going to ever get the maximum flight time according to their optimal tests, but their optimal tests show 34 minutes of flight time. So you're probably looking up there around 28 to 30 minutes ish, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little more depending on what you're doing. But that's pretty incredible for a drone that's this price, especially. Operating temperature, nobody really talks about this, but 14 degrees to 104 degrees. So if you're in a colder climate, that's definitely something to be excited about. A lot of other drones that I've seen in this price range, or even more expensive ones, are 32 to 104 kind of a thing. So always use caution in cold weather anyways, because that does affect your battery time. It's going to make it a lot less than you normally would get. Anyways, guys, we got, of course, it's a cheaper drone. You're going to get single compass and a single IMU. But, for a cheaper drone like this, that's still fine with me. You're going to have 8 gigabytes of internal storage, and I think it takes SD cards up to 256 gigabytes. So that's quite a bit. I always like to space my I always like to space my memory into smaller chips and carry more, just in case there's some kind of catastrophic failure of that card. But that has not ever happened to me anyways. It has a half-inch... This drone has a half-inch CMOS sensor, which is an upgrade over the 1 2/3, and it's a 12 megapixel and 48 megapixel camera. It uses a quad Bayer technology to get those 48 megapixels, but I'm not going to make a whole video on that. Maybe sometime later. It's pretty cool how it works though. 84 degree field of view and a 2.8 aperture, guys. So that's about 24 millimeter if you're using a normal DSLR or a camera lens. All right, so like I said, the most exciting thing about this camera to me is that it does have that 4K at 60 frames a second at this price range. And I'm also really, really excited to use this camera in 1080p because it goes up to 240 frames a second for really cool kind of sportish slow motion clips that, they're kind of cool thing to use for this camera. No other consumer drone that DJI has that 240 frames a second. I'm not sure if any of their drones do, but that's pretty cool. And actually, the max bitrate on this is 120 megabytes a second, so that's actually higher than any of the other drones as well, I believe at this point. Anyways, guys, that's some basic features of this drone. It also does an 8K time hyperlapse. It's basically a time lapse type of a thing. But that's going to be kind of cool as well. I might have to go shoot some of those and experiment with that as well. Anyways, guys, those are some of the basic specs of this drone. I'm excited that mine got here so quick. Probably a few days before anyone else is going to get theirs, besides those YouTubers that DJI sends their drones out early to. But anyways, guys, please subscribe. I'll talk to you guys later. I also did a full unboxing earlier. I'll put the link in the description down below, or if I can, I'll put it on the screen.